Okay, thank you. So I'm going to start. First of all, a little bit about FrogHire. For international students, FrogHire equal to sponsorship checker. We give you real-time sponsorship information, including H1B history, E-Verify eligibility. It's very important for the job seeker to know if the company is registered with E-Verify or not. And when you use FrogHire, the extension, it gives you at real time. It is the must-have tool. And also the perm history, that is the green card history. And also the job sponsorship type checker. That is very important because sometimes even the company have sponsored in the past, but this particular job does not sponsor. So if you need sponsorship, don't apply for that job. And also the prevailing wage level. Say over here, you can see the $sign 1234 will tell you if this job is eligible for which level. And also through the data tool, we can tell you what are the local sponsor history, such as within 10 miles, 20 miles, 40 miles of my particular zip code, what are the companies that has sponsored international student or certain major or certain schools, you can see that. And also we give you the company contact. So the tool is very helpful. If you have, I hope all the attendees here, you have used FrogHire. It's very useful. And in general, for the non-international students who do not need sponsorship, the FrogHire just simply help your job hunting, make your job hunting more effectively. We provide data. Whenever you do the search, the data show up at real time. And also we have skill trend navigator. Now, if you are a career advisor, one of the big feedback is what are the future skills? What are the skill change from last year to this year as a data analyst? So we tell you that because we analyze about 30 million job openings. So we give you the trend. So that you know where to improve, and also the career outcome navigator, so that you know from a certain major, certain school, certain degree level, certain country, where do they go and how much they are making. And also the tools, the extension is very effective too. Whenever you do search on the 5 platforms, LinkedIn, Handshake, Google, Indeed, Glassdoor, the information will show up at real time. And also the tools to fit your resume to the ATS system. If you do not have this tool, your chance of getting interview is very slim. And also your application manager, auto-fill and auto-search, they are all very important. I know many students, they use list from somewhere to apply. So through this tool, through the auto search feature, you can do your own list by your own parameter every day through the latest job posting. And also we emphasize on the processes, the search, research, improve resume, and manage. You just do it again and again. Why use FrogHire? About 150,000 users are using it, and about 30 institutions are using that. We work on 5 platforms, give you real-time information. We have very rich tools and processes, and we have 30 million jobs analyzed. So all the data are for you. Okay, so the next part, I'm going to give it to Dr. Chu, and she is going to talk about the H1B, some basics, and some policy change. And after that, I'm going to show you the Prevailing Wage Map tool. Okay, June, let me know if you need me to flip. Yeah.
You want to just keep your screen on and I'll tell you to flip?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you are surviving winter if you're in any winter area. And if you're not, then I probably hate you a little bit. But welcome. Just one thing, Andrew will talk more about the Frog Hire tool, but it's basically an amazing tool to help your job search become more efficient. I'm here to talk to you basically about the H-1B visa. Just a little bit of information. I've done this in more detail before, so you can look online for that particular webinar. So today I will cover what the H1B visa is, the eligibility requirements, some problems that we might see with the process, and the new changes with the new administration. What are the changes we have been seeing since the end of 2025 to now and beyond? And these changes will be about the fee, the lottery, a quick summary, and some common problems as well as things to keep in mind. Next slide, Andrew. Okay, so the H-1B visa, you've probably done your research, gone to your DSO, or are in the field now, is a work visa. It is for specialty occupations. So specialty occupations are pretty much defined as those that need a bachelor's degree, but often a bachelor's degree and above. Also, if you are a supermodel, you qualify for the H-1B visa. There are educational requirements, so typically not for someone with just a high school degree. You cannot apply for an H-1B visa on your own. You will need an employer to have hired you and be willing to sponsor you. That is likely the most challenging part. It's not about getting into a US institution, getting your undergraduate degree or master's degree. It's about finding that employer who wants to sponsor you to work for their company. There are limitations, so it's not a forever visa. You can do extensions, but it's not a forever visa. There is also an annual cap. So you go into the lottery system, and there are only so many people who can actually apply for the H-1B visa. That's done via a lottery, but we'll talk about the changes. And there's a maximum amount of people who can do this. Typically, people who are interested in the H-1B visa are interested in staying in the U.S. longer, and it is the path to permanent residency or green card and eventually citizenship in the United States. For those of you who just want to work more temporarily, if you are an international student, you could use your OPT and your OPT STEM extension and then return to your home country. But the H-1B visa is likely leading to you wanting to establish a career and a life in the US. Next slide, please. Okay, so let's go over the eligibility. So specialty occupation. So this is typically an occupation that requires highly specialized knowledge. So there's something very, very unique that requires additional learning. So the bachelor's degree or higher. And it's not going to be, say, working at a fast food restaurant. It will be higher level. And the US, because it's short on graduates with STEM backgrounds, tend to favor those in terms of offering extension. So those who are in the STEM field can apply for a 3-year extension of their time in the US as an OPT student, and then gain more experience in the US to qualify for the an H-1B position that is employer sponsored. I've already talked about the employer sponsorship. This also requires, when your employer is willing to sponsor your H-1B, it will require that employer to pay you a prevailing wage. So this is great for you in that no one in the US who hires you and puts you on the H-1B track is going to shortchange you and pay you less than they would any other US worker. However, some of these positions may require a higher salary, and therefore makes it difficult for smaller companies to meet that prevailing wage standard. Andrew will talk about how FrogHire can support you in sort of looking carefully at this. If you do have a master's degree, hurrah, you have a slightly bigger chance in the lottery, because an additional 20,000 visas are reserved for those with a master's degree or higher. And while there is a specialty equivalency in terms of if you have a don't actually have a bachelor's degree from the US. They may consider specialized training, some combination of other education, relevant work experience in the specialty field. That's not something that we have dealt very much with, so I really can't speak to any questions on the specialty equivalency, but it is a possibility. Again, we forgot to emphasize in the beginning, this presentation is not to be construed as legal advice, and we encourage you to talk to a legal professional if you have specific questions about your case. Next slide, Andrew. Thank you. So, what happened when the administration changed? There was a new political administration in the United States, and a lot of the policies, if you're watching the news, regardless of if you're watching the news about the H1B, are part of this broader shift towards tighter legal immigration policies, with an emphasis on legal immigration. But it also seeks to reduce the overall immigration levels, and it seeks to protect the U.S. Worker. So the worker who was born in the United States or who has citizenship in the United States, to protect that labor market. Next question. Next slide, sorry. Okay, so the first change that really sort of threw everyone for a loop when it happened was that U.S. employers are going to be required to pay a $100,000 fee for new H-1B visa petitions for workers who are applying from abroad. So physically, if you are not in the United States, but you get hired by a U.S. employer who wants you to work for their company, for them to sponsor your H-1B visa, they need to pay $100,000 to the government for your particular visa petition. This is going to accompany all of the filings for the 2027 cycle, and that lottery is going to be opening up shortly, so I'll go to that. So this doesn't apply to H-1B visas that are already issued, any renewals. If you are currently living in the US, say you're living in Pittsburgh, and you decide to find another job with a new employer in California who's willing to sponsor your H-1B, they don't need to pay that $100,000. So anything that's sort of already current and in process, you don't need to worry about that. Also exempt, because I myself was a little bit confused, are those who are here, international students who have the F1 visa, who then are on OPT or STEM OPT, who are already working in the US, and then their employer decides, hey, I want to hire you, I want to sponsor your H-1B visa. Because that person is already in the US, they are not subject to that $100,000 fee, additional fee. Next slide, please. Thank you, Andrew. So for those of you who are interested in the lottery, and for next year, the lottery period will open on March 4th. So that's just around the corner, and will close on March 19th. Again, you yourself cannot enter yourself into the lottery. You need to work with an employer who's going to sponsor your H-1B, who will then enter you into the lottery, along with legal counsel. So in the past, it was a random lottery system. So everyone who wanted to apply, who registered, gets their name thrown into the lottery. However, there is a new rule coming up, and it's not going to be random lottery. It's going to be wage weighted. That means that when you register for the lottery, if you're those who are at a higher wage level, which then assumes a higher skill level, will get more entries in the selection pool. So this then becomes challenging for employers as well, because they must offer higher salaries to individuals to improve chances of them actually being eligible for the H-1B visa. So the priority will be higher paid, because that equals, in theory, higher skilled job offers, and that would be in fields like STEM. Challenges to you if you're coming into this with, say, a bachelor's degree and no work experience. Entry-level roles tend to have lower wages, therefore face lower odds of being selected to qualify for an H-1B. And this then impacts international students who transition from F1 OPT to H1B, more so for those who have, again, like I said, a lower level degree or less work experience, because an employer is going to want someone who they think will be able to be successful with the lottery and stay with their company. Next
Yeah,
slide.
later on I'll show you from the prevailing wage map. You can see the odds can vary significantly if you are level 1 versus level 3. Next.
Next slide. Okay, so just a quick summary for you. On the left, you'll see the before, and then on the right, you'll see now. So before it was random, there was the advanced degree preference. Now it's about wage. What will the employer be paying you? The petition cost was typically less than $6,000. Now it's $100,000 for those who are physically overseas during the application process. Entry for overseas applicants. Before there was a normal visa issuance policy. Now it's restricted until that $100,000 fee is paid. And impact on renewals and extensions, we're really not seeing anything right now. Again, things can change. The rules could change tomorrow. All of this could change tomorrow, which is why you need to keep up on everything. Okay, next slide. Some common problems that we do see is even what, once you're issued, once you're sort of in the H1B petition process is an RFE. This can really happen at any time, even, and so this is when this is when USCIS will require additional documentation. Something was not necessarily clear. They could be asking for a job description, a better job description. They could be asking for a history of your wages, anything like that. Whatever they feel they want, they will ask for it, and you need to reply as soon as you can. We advise you use an immigration specialist at this particular point in time for the RFE, because this is important information that can either make or break your petition. Okay. There can be visa transfer delays. So back to my example, if you were on an H1B in Pittsburgh, and then you got a job in California and you wanted to move to a new employer who will still sponsor your H1B, hurrah, there may be a delay in transferring your H1B visa. So there may be a period of time where you actually do not have employment authorization. So you need to be cautious about that. H4. So this is if you have an H1B status, your spouse can work with an H4 visa, but if your H1B status changes, it impacts theirs. And sometimes if you want to extend your H1B visa, this can be challenging, especially if there are changes to the job, the employer, or your location. So just make sure there are constant changes, and it's something you need to be aware of and keep on top of if the H1B is important for your stay in the United States. Thank you, Andrew. Next. Keep in mind, spouse and unmarried children under 21 years of age can accompany you to the U.S. under the H4 visa. Traveling outside the U.S. on an H1B visa requires careful planning. To be smart about it, because like I said, the rules change all the time. Limit your travel is my best advice that I can give you, but check with legal counsel. I've already talked about the changing of employers. And the reason why there's constant changes and constant conversation about the H-1B visa, in fact, I read that there's a group of legislators trying to get rid of it altogether, but that's not getting much traction, is their fears of potentially displacing American workers on the one hand, but also potentially exploiting foreign workers. So if you're not in the US, you just want to be in the US, you are okay if they sponsor you and pay you less money. The government doesn't want that to happen. So there is a protective factor for foreign workers as well. So constantly under scrutiny. The H-1B policy is constantly under scrutiny. Andrew, next slide. Thank you. Okay, so that's my part. I was a little behind on my notes, and I will have Andrew come back and talk to you about how FrogHire can help you out with these searches. Thank you.
Okay, hi. Now everybody is talking about this new weighted H1B lottery system and how are they weighted? Is this how I might fit into this picture? I'm going to show you a very helpful tool that can help you. That is a prevailing wage map tool. That is part of the FrogHire. In this part, I'm going to help you understand prevailing wage and its role on H1B, importance of your job role, location, and the prevailing wage level. That's a combination of those three. And also, how do we navigate the prevailing wage map data? Once I show it to you, or you can bring up your computer, play it by yourself. It's quite interesting. You can see a lot of information and strategies to improve H1B lottery chances. Okay, prevailing wage, as June already said, is a standard minimum wage set by the Department of Labor for every job title and every location. There are 4 levels, from entry level to expert level. And the USCIS H1B chance is weighted by the prevailing wage. So it's very important if you are level 1 versus level 3. Level 3 get 46% of the chance in the lottery, and the level 1 only get 15%. So of course, the higher your level, the better. So it's very important that a lot of times the company decide how much they're going to pay for your role. But it's really depending on the location. I'm going to show you a few examples that the same amount of money in different location, they end up with different wage level. Okay, so over here, I can show you the real tool actually. Let me show you the real tool. Oh, sorry. Okay, so to get to the tool, you go to FrogHire.ai, and over here, there is a prevailing wage map. Okay, so for example, I'm a software engineer, but my company paid me $85,000. So with this amount, where are the, let me show you, where are the areas that are level 1 or level 2 or some area even level 4? See over here, if you are, your title is a software engineer, and if you stay in, say, in part of the California area, you are not going to make it to the H1B because they are below level 1. It's $6,000 short than level 1. And in some part of California, it reached level 1, it's 84,510. So level 1, you get 15%. And certain area, say over here, with this amount, you can even get to level 4, which increase your chance of the lottery to 61%. And over here, you can play with it. You can increase your salary, and you can see, wow, it's all green. So if you are a software developer and you make 160,000 a year, then in most of the area, you are level 4. And another way you can play with it is you can actually play with the job titles of different roles. Say, for example, the software, you know you are a software major. Say, for example, there's a title called software tester. If you make $85,000 a year, in most of the areas that the job title software tester can reach level 1, and in many areas can even reach level 3 and level 4. And also, you can look at a different a specific state. Say, for example, if I want to look at Pennsylvania only. So this is a county by county map, give you the data. Say Pittsburgh is in Allegheny County over here. If it's 85,000 software tester role, it can reach level 2. But in some neighboring county, it can only be level 1, and some county it can be level 3. So you can use a tool with those features. So in your job seeking, we understand it's a lot of pressure. You are facing the deadline, the unemployment period. So there are a lot of things to do. So at this point, some tool can show you the data at the time you apply. That can be very helpful. And also you are also competing with job seekers who are using tools. There are tools can give you more information, can help you improve your resume, and can show you the prevailing wage. I was an international student in the past, many years ago. So at that time, actually, when I graduated, I didn't care that much where do I work at. At that time, I was thinking about Seattle, North Carolina, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And the main reason I chose Pennsylvania was because at that time I heard the Vermont Process Center was faster than the Lincoln Process Center, Lincoln, Nebraska, in their green card processing. So that's one of the main reasons I chose the offer in Pittsburgh among 3 offers. So let's give you another try. Say if you are a data major, okay, say there are data lead, data expert, data analyst, a data analyst over here. Again, it's $85,000. In some area, it can be level 4, and some area it can not even reach level 1. So from here, it's very helpful too, and it's whatever I'm showing you is all real time. So you can play with it. So to get to here, you go to FrogHire.ai and go to the data tool, and there's a prevailing wage map. You go from there. I think at this point, this tool is open to everybody. So let's come back to the presentation. Okay, so here's the prevailing tool map. So it can answer the question, am I getting paid fairly? For domestic students, there are more and more domestic students are using FrogHire.ai just to see, can I get a better offer? And also for international students, what are my H1B chances? Because a lot of times you are lucky if someone hire you, but before this March 1st lottery time, you want to know actually what my chances are. If you want to talk to your boss, probably you better talk to them now. And research job titles and research salary plus location combination. So over here, there are some examples. For example, nurse. The staff nursing can be from level 1 to level 4, and the data analyst also can be level 1 to level 4. And also you can research your job titles, possible job titles, say C++ developer. So it's important that over here we have all the job titles, so you can actually play with it. And also we have a career outcome navigator. You can go there. I'll show you a little bit about career outcome navigator later on. Okay. And you can research your salary plus location. Okay. Strategies to help you improve your H1B lottery chances. Well, the goal is really to increase your prevailing wage level. If you are below level 1, make sure you reach level 1 because otherwise you are not eligible. And then if you're level 1, try to make it level 2. I know some job seekers, they will negotiate with their boss to say, oh, I want to move to an area where there are lower living standard and work remotely. So you can try that to live in a lower cost area and work remotely. And also you can find a more suitable job title. Say, for example, that software developer versus software tester, so that you get more chances. You get a higher PW level. Okay, so that's the formal part of the presentation. Here is our contact information. So, are there any questions? You can either type, just type in the chat box, and we will. Okay. Here's one question. I cannot find the job title for AI scientist. That's a good question. Okay. Why is that? Because those job titles are all job titles specified by the USCIS and the Department of Labor. So the AI scientist can be categorized in the say there's maybe a software developer or computer. Let me see, is there a computer scientist? Let me see. Let me see what scientists are there. What probably AI is too new to use. So that's an area where you will need to work with your attorney, your company, to fit your specific job title to your H1B application. So there are software developer, AI solution maybe. So over here, that's your job title. So to know more about the job title, say we have another tool I'll show you. That is a career outcome navigator. So this one is a super database that have pretty much all the job titles over here. So basically, what this will answer you is, for example, I'm a University of Southern California computer science student, say degree master, say citizenship, say India. In the past, where did the graduate from USC computer science India student go? They went to Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and so on and so forth. And also here's the money they make, and here's the city they work, and so on and so forth. So, and also I'll show you, say, for example, I'm in Cambridge, 02139, that's a zip code, say within 20 miles of my zip code, what are the companies that have hired international students? And actually, I can click on the company information and find the company contact. Okay, so to come back to your question about AI scientists, let's try if we have this data. So the job title, let's say AI scientist. Let me see the scientist, AI scientist. There's the data, the applied scientist, the data. Probably a close one is a data scientist. But you got the idea. Over here, you can see, okay, which school are they graduated from Columbia, and in Columbia, what major are they, and where do they work at, and the company information. So you can get this. Okay. Yeah. So in short, to answer your question is that you are right. The AI scientist job, that job title should be in some bigger category. Let me see. Try maintenance supervisor of Arizona let me try. In Arizona, AZ, maintenance supervisor. Maintenance staff, maintenance lead, I would think. How much are you making? At 100K, okay. At 100K. Okay. So you have good luck. It's all level 4. Okay, so you already passed highest level 4. Oh, maintenance lead. Maybe let me try some other title: maintenance worker, maintenance porter, maintenance helper. Oh yeah, maintenance manager here. Okay, yeah. So wow, maintenance manager are not making a lot of money. At least the Department of Labor thinks so. Okay. Let me see what other questions. Okay. Does change job title for H1B affect my future salary? For example, can I change to SD after a year? It will. It will. You need to talk to your boss, your company, or if you already have a job, you are changing companies. So over here, probably before you change company, you can check out this tool. So SD is a software developer. That's yeah, software developer, software engineer. Yeah. So over here, 100,000. So yep. So you can play with that. Does US? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So there's a question about U.S. university ranking matter when you're applying for a job in the USA as an international student. It actually is not something that you should be focusing on as an international student. If you're looking for a job in the U.S., Andrew, you can speak to this more, you should be focusing on schools that actually can place their students into careers and jobs in the U.S. And FrogHire, there is a tool that sort of helps you look at different schools.
Okay. To support this June's point, let me show you in the past what are the universities have the most green card application. So you will see they are not all Harvard and MIT. Say University of Southern California has the most numbers. CMU, this school, Central Michigan University, have 8,029 students. And the UT Dallas, not the UT Austin. UT Austin is U of T, that's a very high ranking. UT Dallas is probably ranked 150. So, and those are the results. And also you can see, okay, the UT Dallas student, where do they go? They also went to Amazon and so on and so forth, Charles Schwab. Okay, and we can do this actually. We can do UT Dallas. Yeah, so they also go to Amazon, Intel, Microsoft, Google, and so on and so forth. And also they go to other companies. So to answer your question, no, it doesn't matter that much. Okay, and from the historical data, it doesn't matter at all. Okay. So over here, we try to help the student when you are looking for a job. There is a process. The process is you must search and research and improve resume and manage your application. You do it again and again. So what I'm showing you are the research part. So you know, okay, where if I'm at UT Dallas, I study computer science, master degree, where did my previous alumni go to? And you have to do search. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you have to do search. When you do the search, when you have the tool, you have the real-time data that can help you in your search. Okay, so over here, you can see, okay, I want to do the software engineer. So at the SDE job, say in California, you do the search. So with the tool, whenever you see you find this the job listing, the tool will tell you, has this company ever sponsored H1B? Has this company ever registered for E-Verify? Or in the past, in their perm, how many have they done? And also, so that help you search. So through here, the real-time information will help you to do research very quickly. The next step is not application. The next step is improve your resume, because there are application tracking system that will filter the resumes for the hiring manager. So if your resume is not matching high enough with the job description, you are not going to be viewed by the your hiring manager. So over here, the tool is okay. I have those skills, and there are some skills I'm missing. So you really need to think seriously. How do you improve this? You really need to have this skill keyword on your resume in order for the ATS to improve. So you can either go to take a certificate, take a course, or watch some YouTube video. But eventually you need to have those on your resume. So over here, the tool can help you to improve. Over here, you can improve that. All the AI can help you to do that. And also, there are the tools that can help you to improve your resume to fit that job description, so that you have a better match. Your match is improved from 42 to 96, and you can apply. Over here, you can download PDF. So then you apply, and when you apply, for most of the application website, we have autofill. That is, if you have the profile within FrogHire, the autofill will fill in the blanks for you, and you apply. But the last step is of the process is manage. You need to manage your application. Say at the time you get the interview request, you better know, okay, for this job I applied, which resume I used, how I brag myself in the resume. So over here, the tool will keep track of your resume. So with the search, research, improve resume, and manage, you can get better chance. Okay, let me see what the other questions. One, does the wage level include only base salary and not total compensation, including stock and bonuses? I believe so. June, is that true?
Yes, I believe it would just be base salary, because stocks and bonuses are not firm every single year or guaranteed. So
Okay.
I agree with you.
Yeah. The next question, which location is the wage salary based on? Is a location where you live, you permanently live. Say, for example, the FrogHire parent company, Horen, we have employees in 15 different states, so they will follow the local. So you need to remember the prevailing wage. It's a combination of your job title, the location, and your salary. Three things.
So that means your physical location, not your company's physical location. So where you're doing your
physical
work from.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I choose between using my employee's location or my own location if I work remote? You need to ask your company attorney. If the company, because in the application, your H1B application, that is location specific, job title specific. salary specific. So that's the time you need to talk to your H1B attorney. Okay. Yeah. How do I approach and ask for a raise so that I can get a higher wage level? That's also the question I want to ask my boss. You need to demonstrate your value, I guess.
And the
How,
one thing to keep in mind also is that prevailing wage isn't necessarily the same as a raise. So what happens is if you are in a job title, you're in a specific area, say you're in Los Angeles, your boss, if they want to keep you and sponsor your H1B, they have to pay that money. So there's no need for you to go in and ask for it. They just have to if they want to keep you, which goes back to Andrew's point of demonstrate your value, continue to demonstrate your value.
yeah. Yeah. If you cannot reach level 1, you are not eligible. But after level 1, yeah, the higher the better. Okay. I only have been working at my full-time, yeah, about 7 months. Yeah, so you really need to demonstrate your value. Can non-STEM student be eligible for H1B? Sure. Yeah, they can. They can. Okay, let me show you a one non-STEM major. Yeah. June, give me a non-STEM major. Let's say
Teacher.
yeah, teacher. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Say yeah, ESL teacher, for example. That's definitely a non-STEM. Okay. So over here, say I'm making 60,000. Say 6,000 is looks like it's pretty high in many areas, level 4 already. So yeah, say 58,000 ESL teacher. In most of areas, level 1. Yeah, in just a few areas before level 1, but in most area, level 1, 2, 3, 4 is all over. So yeah, sure. Every job title over here is every job title pretty much you can think about. Maybe no, every job category that the Department of Labor categorize. Okay. And if you want to know real job titles, you can go to the Career Navigator too. What about senior electrical engineer in Pennsylvania, Kennedy Square, 121K? What are my chances? Okay, so electrical engineer. Electrical engineer. Huh. Okay. The senior is just the level 3 or level 4. Electrical engineer. Why there's no electrical engineer? Electrical.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah, right here. Electrical engineer, 121K, and in somewhere in Pennsylvania. Okay. And you can check it by yourself. Okay, you can check it by yourself. So over here. So in most of areas, level 4. Some areas are level 3 and level 2. Okay. You can check it by yourself. Okay. Is there going to be a recording? Yes, there is going to be recording. Yes. Could you comment on CAP exam H1B as well? Oh, that's a good question. Does that make a difference when I look at this data? The CAP H1B, you are out of the lottery process altogether, so you don't need to look at those chances. And if you use the tool, the FrogHire tool, we actually have a filter of the H1B exempt. For example, the government, jobs, higher education, hospital, and so on and so forth. Yeah, there are 6 categories. You are exempt from all those chances. Okay. For OPT, how to check the eligible job titles for the major computer information service and other. Okay, that's a good question. So the question is, I know I study computer information technology. What are the possible job titles that is suitable for me? Okay. We have a tool designed for that. That's called strategy. Over here, I do a new strategy. Say, for example, I try MS. If my major is information technology. Okay, information technology. And here are the possible job titles. One is suggested by AI. That is the job title that this major can do. And also, we have that by history. Wow, the history on this particular one has no data. But anyway, one is by history. So those are the job titles. Because when you look for a job, you look for job titles, not search for your major. And also later on, you can select your job location, and also the job level is internship entry level, and you only want to see the job posted, say, the past week, and you save it. And then we fill the parameters and run it for you. Yeah, so those are job titles. So, okay. I checked the prevailing wage map from FrogHire.ai. I noticed there are some difference between the data from flag. Some SOC code for the prevailing wage map are not the same as data. It should be the same. Okay, it should be the same. It's basically a copy of the government site, except this is much more useful. And if you have specific question, you can email me about which particular SOC code. We don't invent those SOC code. Those are all by the Department of Labor. Okay. How do I get this tool? I had it before, but not again. And how much will that cost? Okay, the FrogHire you can get it from here. Over here, you get it from here, and you can the price is over here. It's a $9.99 a month for the international, the sponsorship plan, and for the premium plan, it's about $30 a month. But if you are institution, as long as your school pay $4,000 a year, then all the students of that school get free, or if it's a college from a school. So that's how to get it. And if you want to get it free, you can refer students. I think each referral we give you certain days of free usage. Okay. We think it's very, very helpful. And it's at this time, you really need a tool that can help you. Okay. Can FrogHire share information on data trend on companies accepting H1B over past few years? Yes. We can show you the trend. That's in this data tool over here. We show the trend. Say if I want to, I'm interviewing for a company. If I'm a research on a particular company. Over here, we have the company. For the Microsoft, we have the data. We can show you the trend over the years, how many they sponsored over the years, and so on and so forth. That including the perm and H1B. Yep. So you can do that research. Okay. Last few versus last 3 months. I don't think we can do last 3 months. We only have it for the years. And in the USCIS data, they don't have a particular month. Okay, I think now it's about time. June, do you have anything to summarize? Anything?
I just For me, the information about H1B is constantly changing. So just a reminder, make sure to, download the Frog Hire app. It really can make things a little more efficient for you, and especially in regards to tailoring your resume. Having read so many resumes in the course of my career, if a resume doesn't have the keywords that I've put into my job description, I'm just going to toss it, because it's so easy to apply for jobs now. Every day I could be reviewing over 100 resumes for one position. So make sure to keep that in mind for yourselves. I know it's really, really hard. Don't be disheartened. Make sure you practice your mock interview skill, your interviewing skills, and your soft skills. Develop them when you can. And we wish you the best of luck. That's all I can say.
Yeah, wish you the best of luck. One student asked, can I search the CIP code? There are so many of the code. CIP code are those majors. This every international student on your I-20, there's a code. Over here, we have a list of all the possible CIP majors over here. So if you have your I-20, you have a CIP code. So we don't have another interface for you to play with that, but we have a lot of data, and with this we see one attendee say I've used FrogHire and it's an amazing tool. Yeah, thank you for using it. We are here to help you. And now at this point in time, when you look for a job, especially your international talent, to have some tools to help is very important. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you same time next week. We are going to have a series of seminars every week. So I really hope that we can share the experience of how to find job effectively, and also help you all to land your job. Okay.
Hey, one question.
Can you email us later on? Okay, because I have another meeting I have to go to. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.